to another edition of ASMR Let's Play. The game we're featuring this month is No Man's Sky, and that may be extended depending on whether people like it or if they want to see something else. If you do like this game and you want to see more of it, please let me know in the comments. I'm also looking for other games that people may want to experience ASMR with. I know Minecraft's a great one, and I've actually watched quite a few of those myself. And maybe someone has an off-the-wall game that you wouldn't normally associate with ASMR. I'm all for it. I do plan on in the future doing some, basic game reviews. I'm looking for games that aren't necessarily AAA titles, things that maybe are underappreciated that I think could be brought to the forefront more. Shine some limelight on them. So anyway, last video, I noticed that the volume was quite loud, and that may have, first of all, blocked some of what I was saying, but also ruined some of the ASMR experience. So what I'm hoping is I've turned the volume almost off, and hopefully you'll still be able to hear the sound effects and things like that, but also actually be able to hear what I'm saying, which is a good thing. One thing that I have for you today, I did a little bit of research on the game, and I noticed that there are some things that were supposed to be in the final release that didn't necessarily make it. So that's something that I'd like to kind of mention, and also just get your warm and fuzzies going. That's what ASMR is all about. So I'll be doing, usually my videos run between 30 minutes to an hour long. So I'll just kind of be enjoying my time, and hopefully you'll enjoy your time too. Just one quick thing, I did notice during the last video that I received a comment and was not able to respond because I did not have things set up correctly. I have since amended that. So as long as the Live from PlayStation app is working, I will be able to respond to you. Now this is an ASMR video, so it's more about relaxing and enjoying things. So I won't necessarily respond to all comments, but I'm happy to, if I see something that piques my interest, then or if you want to say hello, that's fine. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. So I left off from where I was in the last video. I'm in the same general area. I believe I traveled maybe a couple hundred feet here. Anyway, one thing that's new, I noticed these big guys walking around. You can see this guy over in the distance. I'm keeping my distance because he's not too happy with me. As I was doing a mic check earlier, I accidentally shot him with my laser, and animals don't seem to like that very much. So he charged me, knocked me down quite a bit, showed me who was boss, so I'm keeping my distance. But anyway, we need to name this guy. So if you don't remember some of the last guys that I had on here, so this is an agrat, which I took the first letter of every animal that I saw in it and kind of composed the name agrat from it. This is a what is this thing? A pan pizza, because just the way he looks, for whatever reason, he looks like a pan pizza to me. And this guy is obviously a rhino tubby. If you can't figure that one out, I can't really help you, because that one should be obvious. But anyway, so this is the guy that I just discovered, and I'm noticing a bit of a trend. They all seem to have some strange growths. This guy has some warty, funky stuff going on, and this guy has some kind of cysts or something. So I don't know how to be creative with this without also being disgusting. Hopefully I can avoid that, but let's see here. So we're gonna rename this guy. Well, he's kind of got like a toxic glow, and that head is just, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to mention the fact that his head is just a block. And I mean, you gotta notice that hump along his back. That's pretty serious business too. So we're going to call this guy, we'll start with hump and see if we can get creative after that. So hump square. We're going to call this guy Humpty because I don't know. I'm not really sure, but we're just going to go with Humpty. So congratulations, sir. That is now your official name. So anyway, a couple of things I wanted to mention in this video. Like I said, I did a little bit of research on the game and some of the things that were supposed to be included that never made it. I know ASMR is supposed to be about being positive and enjoying yourself, so you'll excuse my brief negativity here. These are not my own thoughts, nor did I conduct my own research. These are actually provided by a gentleman who goes by the tag Simon90, and that's CYMEN and the number 90. And he's actually a Reddit user, which is where I found this information. I originally had no intention of picking up No Man's Sky. I was just kind of, sucked into it, I guess you could say, by some of my friends who swore by it. And I don't want to say that I regret purchasing it, because I do not. It's definitely very relaxing, and, it's not like a big space combat game or anything like that, although there is space combat. But you can just kind of enjoy your time. It's almost like a Minecraft kind of game. You get out what you put into it. And if you're looking for certain aspects of it, you can find them. But anyway, so a couple of things that were mentioned in this brief Reddit article. It was very well detailed, by the way. I definitely suggest looking it up if you're planning on purchasing the game, or, if you already own it and you want to find out more about it. Do I have these guys already? No, I don't. No, we'll have something else to catalog there. But anyway, so one of the things is landing on asteroids. Apparently that didn't make it into the game. I guess I should put a brief disclaimer up that these are not my ideas, so if they turn out to be wrong, that's something I can mention to the guy on Reddit, but these are just things that I found out from this article. Anyway, so something else is that there was a lot of talk a few months ago, before the game was released, that mentioned that there would be huge freighters in space stations, which apparently there are, but they were supposed to be destructible. And for whatever reason, I don't think that made it into the game, at least not currently. And that's something that's kind of a bummer. I know there's a lot of people that like to go in and, cause havoc. I happen to be one of them. And that's something that I think would be a cool addition. Now, is it something they can program into the game later? Probably. I'm not sure how that would work with a procedurally generated world. Maybe they just change the base code and kind of go from there. But it is something that would be nice to see, especially in a game that does feature combat. Something else, they mentioned that there would be huge fleets in the game that you could join with, or you could do battle against. And technically, there are multiple ship encounters, but I'm not sure that fleet is the correct term for that. When I think of fleet, I think of a large battalion, or, we're talking tens of ships, hundreds of ships. This isn't the case by any means. We're talking 3 to 4 ships, 5 if you're lucky. And that kind of brings me to the next point, factions. Now, factions are kind of a flop in this game. They do exist. You are able to gain, what do you want to call it? I can't remember the term for it, but basically you're able to to kind of be more friendly with the faction. There is a word that I'm thinking of, but I guess attunement, you could call it, although that's not the right term either. But anyway, you're able to be more friendly with the factions, but it doesn't have an overarching meaning to it. It's just something that's almost discrete, doesn't really affect anything. When it comes to fleet battles, things of that nature, factions don't really matter. I don't think you're going to be seeing huge factions battling, each other in space. There's not going to be a lot of huge epic space battles between all these factions. I think it's just more of something that is it's just a leveling system. Basically, you can progress in your faction, but that's really it. It's not going to be anything that's groundbreaking in that regard. Something else that was supposed to be a huge feature of the game was solar systems. So these solar systems were meant to act like regular solar systems. You'd have a sun, you'd have planets revolving around that sun. The planets would have moons, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, all those features aren't in the game, per se. The planets are actually static, so they're not actually, they may move in the space of the game, but they're not exactly tied to a sun. In fact, the sun is actually part of the skybox, so it's not necessarily its own entity. Now, that's not to say there isn't a sun somewhere in the system, but it's not necessarily the center point of the system. So basically, that has a serious impact on what the planets are like. People assume that, hey, I'm, so many light years away from the sun or whatever it is. Am I going to be a cold planet? Is it going to be, a glacier planet, so on and so forth? Apparently, that has no bearing in the actual game. A planet that is right next to the sun could be just as iced over as one that's, so many hundreds of thousand miles away from the sun. So that's something to keep in mind too. To me, that's not really a game changer. It doesn't really make or break it for me. I'm kind of okay with whatever in that regard. I can, they call it suspension of disbelief. I can choose to think, hey, I'm on a planet, there's a sun, so on and so forth. I'm happy. But to some people, that's a big deal, especially, hardcore space guys and so on and so forth. Something else, the scanning and naming of ships was supposed to be a huge thing. I'm not sure on the actual naming of ships. I've only had the one ship, but I don't think you're able to scan them. That's something I can test when I get back to mine. But I don't think you're able to. Anyway, right now what I'm doing is seeing what's down here. There's some kind of landmark. Let's see if I can get it's a ruin. I don't think... I might have come here in the last video, but I couldn't figure it out. So we'll see if maybe I have better luck this time. Anyhow, a couple other things that this article mentioned. So most of the differences in the ships are actually cosmetic. And what I mean by that is that they may look different, but they don't really fly different. In fact, they all tend to fly the same. There is a limit to how low you can fly, which is kind of a bummer because, everyone likes to test their flying skills here and there. I'm not really sure why they made that design decision. I think it takes away a lot of the freedom of the game. Oh, I better fix my life support here. It takes away a lot of the freedom of the game. You can't really see as much, so... yeah, you can see the terrain, but, you can't really, let me go ahead and use this. You can't really explore as in depth, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so with the ships, yeah, that's pretty much it. They look different. They have more inventory slots as you progress through the game, and that's really it. I'm hoping at some point they'll add more customization. Um, Now you can improve your weapons, and I think there's a couple other things you can improve, but as for the actual handling of the ship and things like that, there's not a lot there. So there were a lot of disappointed people when it came to that. I am one of them. I think that in a game that specializes in space travel and emphasizes traveling through space, your ship's a key part of that. And that should be something that's focused on. There should be a lot of customization there. Alright, let's see if I can figure out what's going on here. So, it's saying that there is a ruin here. But I'm not seeing it. Oh, what's that thing? Huh. Okay. And it's definitely a, it's definitely an open area. But there's nothing there, but I'm not sure what to do. Let me see if I can figure this out real quick. Okay, so there's iron here. That's about it. Iron. I don't know. I think this is the issue I ran into last time. I came here and there's nothing here. Maybe I'm just missing something. Oh well. Anyway, so just a couple more points about it. So apparently in trade and things like that, there was supposed to be a lot more depth. Especially with the resources and crafting. A lot of that seems to have been cut from the game for whatever reason. There's not as many elements as were promoted in the original footage a few months ago. There's not as much complexity to the trading. You know, you basically go to a terminal and, you know, you buy things. That's pretty much it. It's like any other video game where you purchase items. Now, technically they're considered trade terminals, but I mean, it could be anything. You could substitute any variable in there and it would still be, you know, you see the item, it tells you how much it is, you buy it. That's pretty much it. And I'm not sure if factions have a bearing on that, but based on how little the factions seem to be affected by growth and how you progress in them, I don't think it is. In fact, I would bet good money on it that it's not. So anyway, one more item that was debated a lot, and this is something that I believe they're adding, at least they have said they are going to add, building structures. And I have a myriad of feelings about that. So yes, it would be cool to see structures being built. You know, you could go out, you could farm the resources, you could build. That's cool. You know, 9 times out of 10, people are going to get a kick out of that. Even if they're just doing it for looks, if it serves no purpose. People get a kick out of that. Look at player housing in MMOs. Usually serves no purpose, except aesthetics, but people love it. But here's the thing. We're talking about a game that is all about space exploration and moving to the center of the galaxy and basically staying on a planet long enough to catalog and then getting the hell out of Dodge. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now, could they do it? And could they do it well? Yes. They can make it so that you can teleport to and from your planet of choice. You know, maybe you find a planet that's all blue, and blue is your favorite color. You know, it works. But that brings up the question, if you, for some reason, don't like your planet anymore, you're tired of staring at the same 10 creatures, can you move it? Can you move your station? Can you move your waypoint, your base, whatever it is? And that brings up the second idea, which I think is something that they should do if they are going to implement this system. This is the way they should do it. They should make it so that your base is movable. So, for instance, you have a large space station type deal that you can land on the planet if you so choose. You can build it on the planet. You can, you know, maybe that's the first portion of it. You have to spend X number of hours collecting resources to build it. And then, just like the ship in the beginning of the game, you have to power it. So you have to make it able to lift off. You have to, you know, so on and so forth. You have to invest time in it to get it off the face of the planet. But once you do, you can move it to other planets. And perhaps you can have a little shuttle, such as this, that could come out, and you could do your thing from there. You can go onto the planet and, you know, further your research, so on and so forth. And I honestly think that would be the best way to do it. You could build it without fear of losing it, without fear of having to leave it behind. But anyway, so the second point to that is that these structures here, that are NPC structures, were supposed to be a lot more intricate. I believe they were meant to have moving parts. They were supposed to be very large and, you know, basically just a lot more detailed. And if you look on the worlds, they're just kind of, they're all the same. They have slight variations, but you can definitely see where the zipper on the monster is, if you know what I mean. You can see where the suit kind of tells you that it's a suit, that it's all randomly generated. Anyway, so that's I wouldn't necessarily call it a rant, but that's some of the information that I found that, you know, kind of surprised me. And it's something that I thought I'd share with you, especially if you haven't purchased the game and you're looking into playing it. But oh, what's this? I don't think I've come across something like this before. Ooh, that's gold. And that is a lot of gold. Good God, that is a lot of gold. I don't mind at all. I'm gonna take you, every last bit of you. Anyway, so those were some of the negatives, I guess you could call them. Not necessarily negative, just more so informational. But there's a lot of good to the game too. For my purposes, I love games that are just kind of do whatever the hell you want. Sandbox, you know, build up, you know, take your time, spend 100 hours doing the same thing, whatever it is. That's why I'm a big RPG fan, because I can spend 100 hours killing the same monster over and over again if at the end of the day my character is going to be stronger because of it. In fact, right now I'm replaying Final Fantasy VII. I remember back when I had the original PlayStation, I had the game, and at the time, Prima, I believe, or no, it might have been Brady Games. They had a guide, and in this guide, I don't know if you know anything about the game, but the ultimate weapons. So you have Ruby and Emerald. They were the American monsters that were added later. And these guys are obviously supposed to be the hardest monsters in the game to beat. Now, Ruby weapon wasn't such a big deal because you can use 2 party members that are dead, and that'll prevent him from getting rid of them from the battle, because he can actually eject them from the battle. But if they're dead going in, he can't eject them. so you can revive them and then go from there. Emerald Weapon, however, was extremely tough. Um, I believe he had 600,000 health, if not more. Um, and the maximum you could do in one hit in that game was 99.99. So just under 10,000 hit points, at least with your basic attack. So the strategy guide that I had told me to use this extremely powerful summon called Knights of the Round and basically mime it, rinse and repeat. But the problem was, and I don't think the strategy guide writers knew this, that if you do that, if you mime it, and there was this item called W Summon, which could summon the same creature twice. So you could do 2 times the damage. But the problem is when you used mime, it would only do it once, even if you used W Summon. So you would only end up doing about 250,000 damage to Emerald Weapon, which left him alive and very pissed off. And that was not a good thing. So something that I learned to do, and back in those days it was great because the internet was out, but people weren't necessarily sharing information the way they are nowadays. Yes, you could go onto, an FAQ site and find things out, but were there as many content creators? No. Either people weren't as well versed in it, or they weren't as keen on sharing what they knew with the world, whatever it was. Anyway, so something that I figured out was using this one magic spell multiple times. There was they call it materia, it's basically an item that would allow you to use the same spell 4 times. And then you could go on and mime that, and it would actually let you do it the 4 times each time you mimed it. And in essence, what this spell did was completely destroy him over the span of maybe 10 to 15, 20 minutes. And at the end, that's when I used that powerful summon, and I went on to defeat him. Long story long, the point of that is that I'm now going back and I'm doing it that way again. They have added some cheats to the game, but I don't mind spending the countless hours getting to where I want to be without using the cheats. And then I'll eventually post a video on YouTube showing the way that I originally did it, which I think has become a thing now. I think it's well established that that's a way to beat him. Now that people have been able to explore the game and share their thoughts on it. But that was how I did it. So I can verify that it works. It takes a while, but it does work. If you're interested in playing that game, I think it's like $16 right now on the PlayStation Network. So if you got a PS4, definitely check it out. It's a good title. It'll give you a couple hundred hours of entertainment if you do it right. Anyway, back to No Man's Sky. So right now, I'm just kind of mining stuff. I'm trying to have enough so that wherever I end up, I'm not going to crap out somewhere. That I'll have enough down for where I need to go. So anyway, so I think I was talking about positives of the game. I definitely went off on a tangent there. But anyway, so I do like games like this that you can just invest hours in. And for my purposes, it's great because I do ASMR videos. And I think games like this, Minecraft, games that have kind of a softer gameplay to them, and when I say that, I just mean that it's not combat oriented per se. Yes, you can have combat, but it's not mandatory. But anyway, so I love games like this for that purpose because they have soft sound effects, they have repetitive sound effects, and it's something I can just kind of talk over. I don't necessarily need to explain what I'm doing in the game. I can have a conversation. I can, do different sound effects if people are into page turning, things like that. But there's a lot of open space here. There's a lot of room here to do what I want to do. and to do what you guys like. So, anyhow, another couple good things about this game. Um, it is very rewarding. There's a lot of games that punish you and then don't necessarily reward you. Um, One that comes to mind that's rogue based is Don't Starve. That game was a rogue game that um, obviously the point was to survive and to survive as long as possible. And there was an end game to it, um, but I didn't think it was very rewarding. I just didn't. After I beat it the first time, I just never really had the desire to go back and play it. Um, I don't know if it's just because I felt like I was abused to the point of not caring anymore, which may be accurate. Um, but it just didn't really grab hold of me after that first experience, and I just kind of let it go. Um, that's not to say it's a bad game. It's definitely not a bad game. I enjoyed it with the time I had with it. It just wasn't rewarding in the long run. But a game like this is just, you get what you put into it. So if you're looking to, I need to get some Thamium 9. Anyway, if you're looking to, spend hours trying to get to the center of the universe, you will get to the center of the universe sooner or later. And you'll achieve your goal, which in a video game, achieving a goal is probably one of the greatest experiences you can have. Whether it's platinuming a game, I'm working on a couple right now myself that are driving me bonkers. When I do eventually platinum them, I will feel rewarded. I will feel like I accomplished something. And that's something only sandbox games can do, or at least games that have sandbox elements. Yes, you can get from point A to point B and defeat X monster, but is that necessarily rewarding to you? Maybe, but it's not something that you created. It's not a goal that you set for yourself. It's something the game did for you. So anyway, I like that open-ended aspect. I like that reward system that you create for yourself. And there's a lot of other good things about this game. It's very the movement is great. The graphics are they're not stellar, but they are pretty spectacular, especially for something that's procedurally generated. The voxel technology is bar none, and by that I mean when you're destroying ore and things like that. Very accurate, very very responsive. But anyway, so those are just my thoughts on the game. I think right now what I'm going to do is try to find another settlement and sell the gold that I found. And what do we have here? I don't think I'm going to land there. So I'll sell the gold that I found. And then, what do we have here? Let's land. I haven't quite figured out how to look at a map of the planet. I'm not even sure there's a way to do that. If there is, let me know. Because I would like to do that. Because I want to go back to the trader that I found. But if that's not possible, then so be it. Oh, I need to charge my life support. But yeah, I'm really interested in whether you guys and gals have any thoughts of games that would be good for this kind of thing. Even if they're not well-known games, I'm okay with that. Anything that you think would provide some, what I call warm and fuzzies, Speaking of which, the warm and fuzzies that I refer to are actually a sensory response. So ASMR is short for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a mouthful. It basically just means that it's a euphoric feeling or experience that provides tingles. A lot of folks refer to it as tingles. I call it warm and fuzzies. Basically, you just feel relaxed and you actually feel good. You know, you can have good feelings that travel down your back and your neck, and you know, it kind of puts you in a daze. And you know, it can literally be like this with someone rambling on. Not to break the fourth wall here, but yeah, someone talking, someone giving a lecture, crinkling of paper. One of my biggest ones is page turning. So if someone is turning pages slowly, that gets me going. I love that. In fact, that's how I got through college. That was my study session. I would listen to YouTube videos of people turning pages, and it really helped me focus. So I guess you could consider this me returning the favor, hopefully. If, you know, even one person gets something out of the video, then hey, that's great. Yeah, all kinds of things. Library sounds are another one. So, you know, people tapping pencils and talking softly amongst themselves, flipping pages. Those are like, you know, those will knock me out. I'll fall asleep in my computer chair for sure. But it became like this sensation. I remember when I first started college, it was hard to find videos like that. There weren't as many around. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe I should get into this and kind of give this a shot. But at the time, I didn't really have the equipment for it. I didn't have a lot of games. I didn't have a camera of any sort. And as a college student, I was pretty broke. In fact, I was very broke. So I didn't really invest in that. And I kind of wish I had now, because I could have opened the door for more people, you know, early. But hey, you live and learn, right? You gotta accept you gotta accept, you know, possibility while it's at your door. So, anyway, what was that? That was odd. Is it just me, or is this planet kind of grody? It's just grody. It's rocky and orange and green, and all the monsters are dying of syphilis. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it anymore. I think it's time to move on, kids. What do we have here? Some kind of pillar. Ooh, I can shoot. I will shoot you. I know there's a way to mine in space. Maybe I'll try that. Actually, let's go to another planet. Because this planet sucks. I think that's the planet I came from. That was my first planet, so I don't want to go back there. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention. I do have a computer webcam, which I use to do my page flipping videos, and I also have a PS4 camera, which I used to use for Twitch streaming. If that's something that you think would help your ASMR experience, I don't think it would for me personally, but everyone has different tastes, and I don't judge. So if you do want to see yours truly, and you think that would help with your ASMR experience, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm down for pretty much whatever. I probably will use it for my video game reviews. Like I said, those aren't going to be very frequent, but they are something I like to do. I wrote for a magazine for a couple years doing, obviously written reviews, and that was fun. So hopefully video reviews will be just as entertaining for me and for you. Oh, and these asteroids? I thought these were ships because they're so weird looking. Hey, hey, hey! Will you give me stuff? Well, that sucks. Well, I know where to come back to. Let's go over here first. I already discovered that. Oh, is that my first planet? That can't be right. Really? Maybe I need to do a pulse jump. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Ooh, buddy. Imagine doing this in real life. Would that not be freaky as hell? I mean, it would be awesome. Don't get me wrong. It would be incredible, but you'd probably poop yourself at least a couple times. Okay. I'm gonna be kind of pissed if this is my starter planet, because that means I just wasted all that fuel. Looks familiar. Let's see here. Yep. Yep, this is my starter planet. There's my leap lizard. Well, crap. Okay, well, bye. Time to be going. So, oh, wow. Okay, so there's a few planets here that I can go to. What is this thing that it's pointing to? What are you pointing at? Oh, a beacon. Okay, I'll go to that. I'm cool with that. Let's do it. I guess I got this from the planet I was on. I don't want to boost because I don't want to crash. Oh, okay. My first real mystery. Let's see what it's all about. Okay, so what does this do exactly? Okay. Okay, gives me waypoints. Excellent. I need an outpost. I could sell my gold. I am okay with this. Let's see, what can I get rid of? Can't transfer any of this. Oh, that's a bummer. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this. There we go. Okay. Well, that's just not right. But it's not full. Oh. Okay. I see what I did there. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Okay, well, we've got a plan. We've got somewhere to be. Oh, I barely made that. Find source of life signs. I can do that. I'm curious to see how far I have to go in the game until I get a new species to interact with. Maybe I'd have to do an entire new system. I'm not really sure. That's another thing I like about this game, just the mystery, you know. Unless you spoil it for yourself, there's quite a few things you can... Ooh, is that gold? That is gold. Perfect. That'll give me some more to sell before I get in here. And what is that? Guessing that's a sun? Wait a minute. What the hell is that? What are those lines? That is super creepy. Okay then, well. I'm gonna leave that one alone for now. One thing I did read about is that to actually land on this, you have to wait until that pops up. So, unlike most areas where you land exactly where you're hovering, you actually have to click on those. So, I'm not completely oblivious, just mostly. What do we got here? Not interested. This is what I'm interested in. Oh, I forgot my gold. That's not good. There it is. Hello, hello. How do I switch that? That's right. I gotta do that. Yeah, I'm especially curious. If someone has ideas for other games that make good ASMR videos, I can do gameplay videos that do not have me talking. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you just kind of listening to the sounds, going from there. I do expect to do that with my page turning videos too at some point. Right now I whisper, and that's something I can change up. I can just do the actual page sounds. I do have a bunch of different paper style books. I have a huge library of books, so I have thin pages, crinkly pages, magazines, thick books, well with thick pages, all kinds of stuff. So I can go hog wild with that if that's something you guys are interested in. Also, if you have anything specific that triggers your ASMR, I don't know per se that I'm big into the role-playing ones. You know, like the haircut sessions and all that stuff. Those tend to work better with a 3D mic, and which I'm not averse to. You know, especially if there's a big following of people that want to see that. But it's not something that I think I would specialize in unless there was reason to. So, but anything that's, you know, calculator, pages typing, you know, sorting mail, trading cards, which, you know, and I feel like a super nerd saying this. I'm just gonna say this now. I feel like the biggest nerd on the planet, but I do have a bunch of Pokemon cards from when I was a kid. I have them in a binder right now that has my baseball cards in it too. And I had this friend, Rocco. He was my best friend in high school. And he had a friend from Japan. His name was Takuro, and we just call him Tak. But he had a bunch of Japanese Pokemon cards. So I've got some of those. I've also got magic cards. So if you're getting a kick out of the whole video game related magazines, if if you're watching the other videos on the channel and you like that, and you think that's something that would be cool, let me know. I might end up doing it anyway, just because it's something different. But I can talk about where I got the cards and stuff like that. And if that interests you, let me know. Okay, let's sell this gold. I think I got most of it. Let's see here. Yes, from your inventories. Okay. That's a lot of money. Do I need this? I don't need this. Okay. I don't need that. Oh, it's used to build planetary outposts. Can be combined with other elements. Maybe I'll hold on to that for now. Where did my gold go though? Gold? Maybe? No gold. Do I need to change my inventory? Ew, this is not good. Where the hell's my gold? WTF. Okay, something's wrong. Where the hell's all my gold? There it is, gold. Why can't I sell you? Huh. What's your plan here, gold? What's your ultimate plan? What are you doing to me here? Okay. I may not be able to figure this out. Wait. Aha. I didn't hold it down. That's on me. Sorry, gold. I never should have doubted you. Okay. Ooh, I got a trophy. Okay, we've got some more of that gas, which I don't need. We've got another trade commodity, which I don't believe I need. And the rest of this stuff we'll hold on to, because that's not worth it. 697, that's not worth it. And let's talk to dude. See if dude's got something for us. What you got for me, weird? It looks like a parrot, but I can't tell if that's a mask. Can I scan you? No, I cannot. Okay. You have some strange choice of attire, sir. You really do. Okay. Let's see if I can even understand them. Nope. Not a word. Oh, no, I lied. I can read one word. Okay, let's see. The creature awaiting me has the manner of a warrior, but makes no move to attack. Instead, it grunts in a tongue I do not speak, then passes me a slate. With a start, I realize that I can understand the text on it. In disbelief, I try to catch the creature's eye, but it has already turned away in disinterest. I suspect it is a mere courier, not the author of this message. The slate also contains a blueprint for a new technology, a hyperdrive. Don't mind if I do, sir. Instructions on how to build my own path through the stars. This will be invaluable. The warrior, okay. I wanted to read that, but okay. New technology. Oh yeah. How do I use it? Did I just go here and build it? I want to build you. Dynamic resonator. How do I build that? say here? Craft products and inventory slots. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do. But you're not letting me. Okay, wait. I just saw something. Create a craft product. Duh. And what was the name of the thing I wanted? It's not here. Oh, that sucks. Guess I'll have to discover it. But I have the technology, so it's build hyperdrive. Okay, well, I would love to do that, but I don't know how. Okay, so to leave this system. Okay, so I can still travel amongst the stars. I just can't leave the system. I'm okay with that. So, this was my starter planet. I say we check out another one that I have not been to. That reminds me. I need to change the name of this planet. So, I'm not very creative with my waypoints. In fact, on this planet, I just kind of called everything my gamer tag. So like this one is Ebthamore. I would just call it Guns Requiem more. I know, so original. But I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And it's kind of cool because anybody that, you know, if somehow someone does come onto this planet, they would know it was me. That orange planet I was on, I called it Mackerel because it reminded me of a mackerel, obviously. But let's see, what should we call this one? You know what, this one is very, like, bright and happy. We're going to call it Happy-Go-Lucky. That is going to be the name of this planet. Oh, that's lame. I can't change the name. Well, you suck. You suck. Fine. The next nice planet will be called Happy-Go-Lucky. I do apologize if my voice is a little rough tonight. I just worked 9-10 hours, so I'm pretty whipped. But I didn't want to go too long without making a video, so here I am. Did I not just see like 3 huge ass planets? Oh, here we go. What's this? Space station. Alright. Don't mind if I do. I don't believe I've been to one of these yet. These space stations. Oh, I need to refuel mine. That sucks. Themium 9. Okay. Well, hey, look at that. That's convenient. Look at this big guy here. What is this? Copper? I don't know if I need that, but yeah, might as well take it while we're here, right? Oh man, that gun is serious business. Good stuff. Pick up some more thamium. Just waste those things. Look at that. Like they're nothing. That's all it takes, 2 shots. It's crazy. I guess I have to be closer. Okay, well we got some thamium, and I know where to get more if I need it. Lots more. let's do this thing. So, going to the space station, which is here. Arrive in 3 hours. Jesus. Oh, it's because I'm going so slowly. So, if I drifted, I guess I would get there in 3 hours. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's do this. And suddenly, just like that, 3 hours turns into 45 seconds. That is the beauty of space travel, right there. Oh, the cool part is I don't even have to hold it down. It just goes. I guess I have to choose like a waypoint, and it just takes me right there. That's cool. Can I move in it? Kinda. Ah. Look at that planet. That might be the one I was on. That big orange one. Space station proximity. Can I shoot this guy? I still want to try that soon. Oh, okay, so this is... Wait. Where's the one I was just on? So that's the one I was just on. That must be the big... Yeah, that's mackerel. So that's the big orange one. So the next one is that one. That's the one I want to go to next. Okay. First, let's figure this out. So... Ooh. There we go. Okay, you're gonna let me in? Go, go, go. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Cool. Well, this is my first time in a space station. And on that note, I think I'm actually going to end the video, guys. Feeling pretty damn tired. And in all honesty, I'm usually shooting for around 45 minutes an hour. So I think we hit that with this video. I don't think it's going to be another week until the next one. Hopefully I'll get to it before that. But just a couple of things I want to recap on. If there are games that you're looking for ASMR, please let me know. And if you think there's any games that I should, do a let's play or a review for, I'd like to know that too. Also, if you have any special requests for ASMR videos, so page turning, types of pages, types of objects, typing, whatever it is, let me know. I'm pretty open to the stuff. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, guys, and I hope that you got some warm and fuzzies. I know that they're pretty important to me, especially when I'm reading or doing schoolwork, doing business work, whatever it is. So hopefully I can provide that for you in one way or another. So anyway, until next time, this is Mike signing off. Thanks for watching, and please like and share, let people know about it. Thanks.